वनक्कम मैं हैदर अली सैयद आशीर्वाद से यूनाइटेड अंडर तमिल सेवा.
Yeah, I got some idea. So just here to listen. Yeah, what are
Okay.
your opinion?
Yeah.
If there's anything new, I'll raise hand.
Yeah. Basically, see, the truth is very simple. Truth is very simple, and the story of the earth rotates around Shivan. Shivan means God representative on the earth, and Shivam means God. So, if you look into the language and color aspect, you will find that the first human is black, and the first language is Tamil. So the story of the earth rotates around from Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, Kumari Kandam.
Right.
And yeah, so the first civilization, the mother colony, or the Pandiyan Sangam, was basically Adam and Eve and their many children. And that first Quran chapter 49 verse 13 talks about Shuba wa Kabail. Shuba means department of work, tribe means colony, and Gotram. So this is what Quran is talking about. So as a rank, there are different ranks or caste, and the administrator appointed as per the Quran, as per the Tamil tradition. It's again talking about Shiva, the first Pandian, and there is a term in
Pandiyan.
Quran.
Okay.
Yeah, the Pandian. Pandian means Pandi, the bull, and
Okay.
this Quran chapter 18 talks about Zulkarnain. Zulkarnain means king of two generations. Okay,
Right.
so there is only one king who's the king of two generations. That is the Pandian. So the first half of the story of the earth before deluge and after deluge. So before deluge the Pandyans were there, and after the deluge also Pandyans were there. So Quran is basically talking about before deluge and after deluge, and then Quran is talking about how Ibrahim was introduced in the picture because so after Mahabharat the war took place from Syria to Indus Valley,
Right.
and after deluge, the boat Noah alias Morgan, a boat landed in Ararat Mountain, and the Pandyan colony starts from Anatolia, Mesopotamian, and Indus Valley right up to Tamil Nadu and so on. And the civilization you must have heard of Mari civilization, Aram civilization, Elam civilization, Sumerian civilization, Indus Valley civilization. These are all Pandyan colony. So Quran chapter 11 verse 48 talks about that apart from Ham, Shem and Japheth, Noah's son, there will be other nation whom God will give all the resources, all the pleasure of the earth, and then a painful torment. Painful torment refers to greater Kali Yuga, which Sri Krishna prophesies after the Mahabharat war. Mahabharat war is basically an internal war among the Pandyans.
Right.
So and then later on we saw around 3000 BC the Caucasian the white people from the Caucasus mountain coming into the Middle East, Iranian plateau, and then our Pandyan king they gave Sanskrit a written form, and this is how we got a Vedic age. And then around 1500 BC we saw a secret society called Mithra, under
Mm.
Mitanni Empire. So Mithraism is all about killing the bull. Bull means Pandian, the Pandian. So there are there are two orders. One is old world order, whose representative of the god is Pandian, and the new world order is basically the uh, administration of Bania Brahmins syndicate, the Jewish syndicate, and under their regime, the secret society, we have the four beastly regime, which are Persian, Romans, Ottoman, and the Saudi. So these are all things are there. And the Jewish syndicate is basically the trading community, the Khoja, the Bori, the Maiman, the traders. So you very well aware that the Pandyans were the seafarers. They took goods from India and they travel all over the world. And later on, they had different posts all over the Middle East. So this trading post was taken over by the Jewish syndicate. And later on, then we see this Khojabori Meman and the white people. They took the goods from India and they made a warehouse in Jerusalem. And from Jerusalem, they used to supply to over the world, I mean, all over Europe. This is what the Jewish syndicate is all about. So Semitic Jew, that's what they are called as Semitic Jew in Europe. In India, they are called Khojabori Meman, and when they are in India in the Middle East also, they are the same. So this is actually the fight is between the trade war actually. The old world order gives a system where one can keep a balance between spiritual and material world. In a new world order is all about materialism. There is no spiritual life. So everything is seen as a consumerism and materialism. And
Right.
so there are two fight between these two systems. So either you follow the Pandiyan system or you follow the four beastly regime system, the Jewish syndicate. And Brahmins are basically a priestly cult. We can call all the Maulanas, Padris, and these are all coming under the label of Brahmanism. Because in every age, their sole purpose was to corrupt the book and create a new religion as per time and condition. So when Gautam Buddha came
Oh.
later on, genocide came and they started a new religion. Then these the Brahmins now today the new age Brahmins are called as Molvis because all the previous books which containing the information about the Pandian, the Shivam and Shivan information has been eradicated. So Quran, since Quran is the last book, so now the four BC regime, the Iran, the Iraq, the Turkey, the Saudi, these people have created this organization called Shia Sufi Sunni Wahhabi, whose agenda is to kill the Quran, which contains the information about the Pandyans, and that's the reason why
Oh.
no Muslim knows the Quran. If you ask any Muslim, they will talk about Persian doctrine, and Persian doctrine is nothing but hadith. Hadith is connected with Manu Shastra. And so this is what all about. And Quran is basically reminding about the Asivagam, the Tamil way of life called Asivagam, Siratul Mustaqim, given to first Siddha Shivan, the Pandian, and
So which
the
religion they had, like Pandyans?
Pandian, pardon.
I'm asking. So which religion, which their deity they followed?
See,
Pandyans.
Pandian follows they don't worship. They are not idol worshippers. They
Right.
the mode of worship was meditation and yoga, no?
But here, if we just Google and we get to see there are like temples and other things too in the in the Pandyans dynasty.
See, temples are basically when if you ask any Tamil people what is temple, they will say it's a koil. Koil means house of administration. In Asivagam, in a Tamil culture, we don't have a priestly cult. We don't have any mediator. It is only the king who takes over the administration. Either he is ruling by God guided path or he is ruling by his selfish agenda. There are two systems. That's why in Tamil culture we have only Satyugam and Kalyugam. And greater Kalyugam, it has a different meaning actually. Satyugam means age of a good king who governs as per the Asivagam first in the way of life. Then Kali Yuga means bad rulers, and Greater Kali Yuga means a long period of bad rulers occupying the Pandyan colony, Pandyan Rashtra.
Right.
So India, so
Tamil
India
is
can
different from the Vedic culture. Like
no Vedic
it's totally
culture.
different.
No Vedic culture. See when whether the Vedic people they are basically Caucasian settlers only, na. So like in India we have two Shiva. The North
Right.
Indian Shiva, the North Indian Shiva is being portrayed as a ghori person living in a ice age as a hunter gatherer, cannibal man. Okay,
Okay.
but South Indian Shiva is all about Siddha, Pandian, and all that. And that's why when the scientific community did research, so they could not digest the existence of the Pandian, so they started calling Shiva as a alien.
Okay.
Okay,
So the
so
concept of Shiva is different in South India.
yeah, because see, from the Anatolia, Turkey to Tamil Nadu belongs to Pandian Rashtra. So there is no such thing as Hindu Rashtra, Akhand Bharat, or Muslim Rashtra, all that. So this land has been divided, taken over by the outsiders and the hypocrites. So
The Aryans,
all yeah, the Aryans, the Caucasian settlers. So
the
I
Caucasian.
don't call them.
So you mean
I
to say these people came from the genes are
yeah,
from Jerusalem and all other
no,
Jewish
no.
areas.
No. They came from Europe, Caucasus Mountain, not the land from Turkey to Tamil Nadu is a black land, na?
Okay, could you please just give me some like a link or some any reference to read from?
Reference, you can go to
Caucasian.
my channel, YouTube channel, Asivagam United under Tamil Shiva. There are many videos. You can watch it. But this is what the history tells us actually. So basically,
Okay.
the whole concept is between that fight is between the old world order and the new world order.
All
In the
right.
old,
Because we've been taught something very different from the beginning, you know.
yeah, actually, this since see the Brahmins came here as a priestly cult and they did their job, but now they are just facing their ancestral karma. They are suffering. They are suffering a lot actually.
Yeah, exactly. They are suffering.
So because they are not on truth, na. If you are working for truth, then you will be God will give based on your karma.
Protection.
Actually,
Exactly.
based on karma only you will get, na. So today Brahmins are suffering because of their ancestral karma. So until unless they don't rectify the system, what their ancestors have done, their future is very bad. Only a uh, handful of what you say what is it handful of Brahmins, they will make money, rest of the people will suffer. So there is the point.
Repercussions are there. Exactly.
Yeah. So now, see, since that time the Brahmins were used by the Caucasian Banyas, later on, when the Jesus came, the Christian organization came into existence, and they started corrupting that time. And now, since the Quran is there talking about the Shiva, the Pandiyan, so they want to kill the information. So all these madrasas, Shia, Sufi, Sunni, Wahhabi, their only main purpose is to kill the Quran, because in every age the Brahmins keeps on changing the label, but their main agenda is to kill the information of that time, because
Okay.
truth is, yeah,
I
truth is,
actually I was just reading this genome research. So it
yeah,
says these four, Brahman Vaishya, what do
yeah.
we call this? Khatri, Shudra, they all came from this area that you said, Caucan Mountains, Caucasian
No,
Mountains.
actually, this Brahmin, Kshatri, Vaishya, these are professions. Okay, profession means
Right,
caste. It's a
right,
profession, and there are two systems. One, understand, in the old world order, we have Varna Dharam based on Asivagam, which gives power to people. Okay,
right.
in the and when see when it's quite natural when the invaders comes in your land, what he will do? He will take the elite position and he will make the son of soil as a slave. Okay, so this is what has happened that time. So they made a Varna Dharam based on Manu law.
Hmm.
So there are two systems: Varna Dharam based on power to people, Varna Dharam based on Varna Manu law, which gives power to the elites. So there are
Power
two
to the
systems.
elite.
Yeah, power to the elite. Syndicate of today we have the syndicate of global elite.
There's a huge difference in, the genetics too.
Yeah. There is a genetic difference, because see when you do your based on your karma, your DNA changes. Na?
Oh,
See, if you are evil, your DNA will get corrupted, na? And that the corrupted DNA will be carried forward to the next generation. That's why. Uh,
right, right,
so
right.
everything is within ourselves. What you bow, you will get it.
Makes sense. Makes sense, sir.
So yeah, so based on karma only, na. That's why
So do
karma
we
is very.
believe in Atma? Do we believe in soul? Like
Yeah, so is there.
transmigration? Huh?
Yeah, in Asya,
Reincarnation?
yeah, no, reincarnation is there, but in a different. What the Brahmins of philosophy talks about is totally corrupted one, because the concept which they have to is from the Tamil culture, Asivagam. In uh, in
Asivagam.
uh, in Asivagam, we have three in one concept. Okay, but this three in one concept is basically we human are three in one. God is one and only. How
God is
we
one.
yeah, how we human are three in one. We are basically Atma, a God's particle. Our body is made out of Panchabhutam, the material of the earth. Okay, and then we have the DNA, the blueprint of life. But concept of rebirth takes place. But will the rebirth take rebirth of Atma, of body, or of DNA? The concept is rebirth of DNA. That's why in
Oh,
scientific community it is called as a replication of DNA.
right, sir. Makes
So,
sense, sir. So I
so
was just
replication.
reading this Asivagam called
Yeah.
Ajivika. It's somewhat relates to Jainism, isn't it?
No. Actually, what exactly has happened? See, Asivagam is an old tradition. But all of a sudden, when Dravidian people came in politics, they wanted. So before people could realize that the true religion of the native of this country is Asivagam, so
Hmm.
they started propagating this concept of Ajivika into the public mind. Because if you look into the history of Ajivika, the first publication was done around 1956 after Independent Days. That means they had already had the information, but they don't want to give the complete information to the people. Because see in India we have lots of stories like Raja Harishchandra. Raja Harishchandra, if he gave powers to the common people, so he was kicked out of the administration. So that's why there's a saying that don't be like a Raja Harishchandra. So the system is designed in such a way that only the syndicate and the corrupt and the people who can sell their soul, they can make money. Otherwise, they will suffer, or they will be considered as a madman.
I think this, the thing that we are discussing, it is gonna
Hmm.
create a huge moment someday.
Yeah, it will, because see right now, see, I am not talking about Vedas, I am not talking about Bible, because these books, the information about the Shiva has been removed. Because when you say to Shiva, that means there can only be one true Shiva. Either he cannot be Hagori, and he cannot he is a saint. He's a Pandiyan.
But in
Regarding
Vedas,
Bible,
they don't talk about Shiva like in that way.
because it's a corrupted form, na? And now when we talk about the Bible, they have removed 36 books out of the Bible because it contains the information about the history about deluge, about before the deluge, which was a highly civilized organization. And now the scientific community, when they are doing research on pyramids across the globe, they are coming to a common point that it is Shiva, but they don't want to tell that it is Shiva the Pandyan. So they are telling that Shiva is an alien. And
Shiva is
some
alien. Yeah,
people like Sadhguru, they are marketing the alien concept and mixing with the Aghori concept.
exactly. He's just concocting a lot of things. I'm just
Yeah.
even.
So
Yeah,
this was, for truth, no one is going to fund you, or no one is going to support you. For evil, everyone is going to support you.
right. You need to show some mysticism. People get attracted to that. You know, this
But
is the thing.
see, practically, if you bow turmeric seed, you will only get turmeric fruit, na. But they want to do some magic and bring gold.
Exactly. Apple out of it.
So they are
Exactly.
living in the world, na. So based on karma,
Mhm.
what you do today, you will get that fruit later on, na. If you
Later
today,
on.
if you
Exactly.
if you did that's why the Saptkani, Saptamuni, Saptarishi, the seven stages of life is very important, and DNA, preserving the DNA is very important.
Exactly, sir. So I think these intercaste, north-south marriages should also be stopped.
Uh, yes, see, this marriage, I will not go into that because it's a personal thing. But if you want to preserve, like in our ancient culture, intercaste marriage was not allowed, interprofession marriage was not allowed. But after Quran, the law has been amended, because why the reason why the intercaste is not allowed, because of profession. If suppose a person is doing some profession, all the genetic coding is there inside the DNA. If he gets married to the some other profession guy, and his
Mhm.
genetic coding is different, so the children born will be a confused guy, na?
Exactly. This word coding, it gave a lot of sense to this thing. This concept makes
Yeah.
sense.
So,
Yeah,
and
yeah, understood.
now what has happened is that the people are just holding on to the profession label, but they are not doing that profession. So there's no use, because they have lost all the information.
Exactly. My great grandparents, they were all into like this Ayurveda and all, and
Ah,
yeah, they've been doing this. They're freelancing, services going from one village to another, so
mm,
giving this Ayurveda medicines. But
mm, mm.
somehow or other, my grandfather went into this army, and things got changed. And I feel sometimes I am confused. What is this we've been
Yeah.
doing?
So
Uh,
it's like how an ant colony. We human are like an ant colony. Every ant is destined to do certain job, but they have an active role in the administration. So when the population increase, they make another colony. Similarly, same way, when you want a civilized society, a tribal culture, the rank is already fixed. Who is going to be a leader? Who is going to be a this? Everything is there. but right to administration is with everyone. So now the
Right.
new system of Varanadhanam is that the syndicate will rule everyone. So they are in every age they are trying to corrupt more and more and more and more.
Right, sir. So, what is your channel's name?
Asivagam united under Tamil Shiva.
Shivagam United under
Under
Tamil Shiva.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is there. It's a. I think it's a very famous channel.
I was
Okay,
not
nice.
famous, actually, but people are watching it right now because see,
Great.
in one day, like I'm whatever research I have done, I'm just putting giving my means everything on the videos and this thing. So even I'm recording the this discussion and putting on the video, so people are watching it. But
Exactly.
my intention is not to generate income from it, but just to whatever the information I have, I'm just passing it on to so that people
Great,
can
sir. Great, sir.
understand. Yeah,
You have done a lot of research. Kumari Kandam. Yeah,
yeah.
I could see
So,
your work. Makes sense.
yeah. So
Even
it's
I am somewhat, from the generation, from the same cult that came here from
mhm.
the outer world.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate whatever is the history.
So we cannot change the history, but we what we can do. See, my me myself, my grandfather is a black man, my grandma is a white. So I'm basically a mixed race. So I cannot
Exactly.
reject my grandma history or my grandfather history.
Purely because even I am marrying a black girl because I
Yeah.
am from everybody is in my home is like not white but fairly
So
white.
you're mixed. You're basically mixed race, no, not pure race.
Exactly.
So
So
once we realize our history, then it's better to because we have to go back to our roots, na?
completely makes sense, sir. Complete. That's why we are brown. Maybe there have been a lot of mixing in the past.
Yes, yes.
So we got and Krishna was black.
Yeah, Krishna
It
was
is
black. Shiva is black. The whole lineage is actually black only.
Kali Devi is there. Shivalingam is black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
makes sense.
Shivling is actually it's a corrupted form of Shivling because Shivling is actually denotes pineal gland, the third eye which is there inside the head, the abode of soul.
Okay. It's
That's
just
a Shivling.
it is the pineal gland.
It's a pineal gland. So these people, they
So
have made the Brahmins have
up,
created a story that Shiva had wanted to have sex with Ramba. So he cut off his penis and threw it, and then Parvati sent vagina to that. That's all bullshit story, corrupting form. So
this is a very yeah. I should not say anything, but yeah, this
yeah,
doesn't make any sense. But there was another story too that
yeah.
Shiva did some offense and it was said that your penis will be he
But
was
that's
just
a,
cursed for
that's
something like that.
vulgarity. These are all vulgar story, and actually the
Right.
reality is that the third eye, where is soul actually? Soul is inside your head, na?
It is in the center point between the eyebrows. Yeah.
Said that. So is the Quran is giving us a description in chapter 24 verse 35, the light upon light. So when it talks about that, when that light of God, that Atma is in you, when it activates and it touches the supreme light, it becomes the stages enlightenment. So this is what
Verse
the yeah, verse
chapter
24 verse 35.
35.
Ah, yeah, 35. So it's all about spiritualism only, about Quran, and since the purpose of this masjid, madarsa, and Maulana, their basic theme is to end the Quran, which reminds about Asivaka.
Mm-hmm.
Like how
Makes sense, sir.
like I told you, no, that Brahmins here they came and they destroyed certain books. Padri came and they destroyed the work of Jesus. Now, because of Shia, Sufi, Sunni, these people are trying to destroy the Quran to protect the syndicate of global elites now. And as per the research, my research, the first beast is the Persian Empire, second beast is the Roman, third is the Ottoman, and the fourth and final is the Saudi. The fourth and final beast. And this guy is not using an army to rule other people, but he is funding everyone. like how America has been funded by Public Investment Fund Saudi. Similarly, India is now being funded by this company called Public Investment Fund through Adani Ambani, and everyone has been
Hmm.
these company has been financing them. You know about Public Investment Fund
Yeah, I
Saudi?
know.
So these are people who are investing in India through Adani Ambani, and they want to take everything and to protect their investment, they introduce GST demonetization to cripple the reduce the
Oh,
competition. So all these things are pre-planned, and RSS is actually was a good organization. Jangsang movement was a good movement. Swadeshi movement was good, but the leaders are basically corrupted and they have sold the whole mission to Saudi now.
oh. So they are like in working in amalgamation, like together.
Yes, yes, yes. Because see, the
Oh,
Jansang movement is all about Swadeshi. If India is on sale, what does it mean?
oh, right, right, right.
So there is
Makes
the
sense.
question
Yeah,
of
makes
Jansang
sense.
and Swadeshi.
India is on sale, sort of. Yeah.
Uh, so when our company and the person who's buying those companies are basically the Muslims. So where is
I
the
need to
question that
read this all before I die.
now?
I think I must read this before I die. It's sort of a thing to be done. All the history of Tamil and everything. It must be read.
Yeah, so this Saudis is investing in India through Adani Ambani, and they have purchased all the political parties, and now everyone is just going to get credit card, consumerism, and the whole life just pay the EMI. You're not free.
Bilkul, I completely agree to this.
Yeah. So they are
Exactly.
creating a system. They are creating a system, and now because they are trying to just take over the agricultural land, because agriculture 70% of the population of the native are the agriculturists, no?
They are agriculturists. Makes sense.
And cities are basically occupied by the invaders, children of invaders, the British Empire, the Sultan, the Mughals, the Mauryas. These are all invaders settled in the cities, and through their religion they are doing all their what you say, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all these are what invaders religion, no?
Mm-hmm. Asivagam united under Tamil Shiva.
Yeah,
I'll just go through all of your videos and see.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you have a question you can post, because truth is very simple. See how to get power to people, how should common people should live. We know this land has been invaded by many people, but now it's time that everyone should live peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
And we are all we are all having the same material. You do meditation and get connected with higher conscious if you can, and we don't need any priestly cult, whether it be Brahmins, Pope, or Maulana.
Right. The educated class will accept you if they'll understand.
Yes,
So,
very
sir, I'll
simple.
just get by all of your, videos, whatever is there, whatever is
Yeah,
there in English. I'll go
yeah.
through it.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, sir. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
coming.
much.
Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you.